Hello, everybody. Today we are going to learn about XYZ segmentation. So what our XYZ is that how erratic the demand is. ABC is the variation in the volume, and XYZ is the variation in the overall demand pattern. So what it is that ABC is the erraticity in the volume of demand received. If the volumes are very low or fluctuating, then it qualifies for a C type of demand. And if the volumes are stable or fluctuating, but the volume is high, it qualifies for A type of a demand. If a volume is a bit stable, although it might be high volume, average or low, but the same type of volume comes every month or every week, then it qualifies for an X. And if the volume is very fluctuate, if the order pattern is very fluctuating, so say suppose in 1 month it comes and then 3 months it doesn't come, or it comes in very different fluctuating volume quantity, then it qualifies for a Z type of a demand category. So let's understand from a type of demand. So suppose my demand pattern over a year looks like something like this. Now we see that the pattern of demand is very stable. So the way X is calculated, X or Y or Z is calculated is that it first calculates the standard deviation within this period, and it calculates the mean within this period. And the XYZ value is determined by the CV square value. So CV square value is the standard deviation divided by the mean and square of it. Now this is 0.11. So ideally what happens is that IBP gives us the ability to classify a demand based on classify based on the threshold, to classify a demand based on the threshold that we define. So usually we define that if the CV square value is less than 4.4, then it classifies by X. If it is less than 1.44 and above to 1, it classifies for Z, and then greater than 1, anything greater than 1 is classified for Z. So in this case, it qualifies for a X category. Now suppose we have another product which has the actuals a bit intermittent. So like I will copy this one only, but then I will try to delete and make it look intermittent. Intermittently it doesn't come, right? And maybe we can make one data very high. And let's calculate the CV square value. So the average and the mean and standard deviation, the CV square value would be, let's see, 0.2. So if I make it 1000, 0.44. So this case, it qualifies for a CV square of 0.44, which makes it Y. And suppose I make even this absent, and let's see what is it, standard deviation of E6, okay, to T6, and then average of E6 to T6. And I make it something look like very, very highly intermittent. So right now we see that what it has become is that within this period, it is not only fluctuating by very erratic volume, but also the periods, right? So it becomes the CV square becomes 1.5, which is greater than 1. So it qualifies for EZ. Now let's see how IBP treats this. We'll log into IBP. And we'll run the XYZ segmentation on the last 12 months, and let's see how it treats. So or maybe the example that we have taken, right? So the example that we have taken is Jan 2024 to April 2025. How many months it has taken? So it's 16 months, right? So let's see. So January 2024 to April 2025. Attributes is from the product ID, and we are working on the ADJKF, adjusted KF. So ADJKF, key figure for adjustment, and we will say it is at each level, and the filter is that on product, right? In timeline, we are looking at the, that's fine. Filter, that's fine. Okay. Let's see if it has data, or maybe we will try to put the same type of data in this. So we will copy this data that we have taken, paste it here, right? Right? And then save the data here. So the data got saved. Now we will go to XYZ segmentation. And then create new XYZ segmentation. May 1. And planning area will specify as biz test. And we'll not do ABC, we'll just see how to do XYZ. So there is a toggle button for ABC. We'll switch it off. We'll just do XYZ. So what it says is target attribute. Which attribute do we want to update? So we will update the XYZ code in our product master data. Segmentation measure. So based on which we are doing the segmentation, so we'll say this ADJ key figure. This key figure. And it is on product ID at a month level. And we are saying that 16 months of data we will analyze. And I'll do it as a coefficient of variance by thresholds. The thresholds we are defining as 0.4 to 1. And then we'll save this profile. Right? And so the way we run this profile is by going to application jobs, create an application job, and say XYZ segmentation, ABC XYZ segmentation. And then we will specify this planning area where we want to run it, the version, the segmentation profile that we have created, XYZ segmentation May 1. And then we'll check if the job is okay, we can schedule it. So let it see that what segmentation it assigns to. So we will bring the product master. We have it open. So we'll refresh the product master only for the product that we ran. So product ID will filter. So we'll see what, so that currently it is Z, but once it finishes, it should be qualifying for an X. So let's see. So now we see that the ABC segmentation is finished. So now let's refresh this data, master data. So we see that it has qualified for an X now. Now let's see that the example that we have seen, we will now copy this entire data and update this key figure. Okay, and save the data. And again run the ABC XYZ segmentation. So we'll go to application job, we'll copy this XYZ segmentation, and step 3, we'll say that this is a planning area, schedule. So it has finished now. So let's see the master data. It has changed. So it should change it to Z now. Let's see. So it has changed to Z. So that's how our XYZ segmentation works